Peace to y'all, family. I'm coming at y'all with a new video, and I told y'all I was gonna come back tomorrow, but if I have spare time, I'm gonna always give y'all as many videos as I can, because I'm here to help the collective or the community, man. And I have seen a change or a difference in the videos I am seeing, on what we call YouTube, because YouTube is just one's reality, or just what someone is going through in their day-to-day, so they put it on the universal grid so others can hopefully relate or learn from what one's going through, because we're here to help each other, y'all. We're all collective, we're all related as one, so I'm here to help y'all in any way I can, family. But in this video, I'm gonna call it, I'm not even gonna give it a title, because I like to stay unknown. But just know that the ones who have doubted you in the past, or the ones who have looked at you funny, they will return, or they will try to, in a way to where they felt like they thought you could never be what it is you see yourself as, So just say you are rising in frequency. Let's just say you are becoming someone because you chose to. Well, just know there are people going to try to come back into your life because they can't fathom how you are doing it, what makes you go, or what's keeping you as someone that is no longer going to stay like them, family? You need to rise, family, because if you don't rise, well, you're going to watch everybody rise, and you're not going to feel left out, but you're going to feel self, and you're not going to like the way self is feeling, because you're here to change the planet. You're here to be someone, and you're here to rise, because that's what we came down here to do, family, So just know that everything's going to fall in the way as it should go, But you want to keep going. Because if you don't go, family, well, then you already lost, You want to go because you have family counting on you. Your friends, they might have not believed in you. So what's going to stop their belief in what you do? Nothing. You want to rise. You want to use this brain because it's going to help you gain power. It's going to help you gain awareness. And it's going to help you gain knowledge, family. You feel me? But just think about that, because that's powerful. Just stay still. Move with action. Purpose. But what are you going to do about that, family? What are you going to do about what people say about you? I know it eagers you or it aches your brain, like, damn, they didn't see it in me, or they thought I'm just some scumbag, or they thought I'm a loser, or they thought I'm someone who's going to cry about it. No, you just must stay still. You must keep putting the work in and trust what God's about to give you, y'all. Because we're finna eat. We're finna become somebody. We're gonna win. As long as you want to win, family. But I can't give y'all the power. It must come from source, which is you, because you are source. Family? You are that source, man. You are the beacon of light that was sent down here to help others activate that light within them. But, you might not believe this, but it is true, family. People, they are wondering, how the fuck do you keep going? What makes you go? Why are you going? They probably might fathom, like, what is it going to get you? But in reality, y'all, it's going to get you everything you ever wanted. You just got to stay peaceful, live like you have it, and attract with that right frequency. Because that's what we came down here to do, family. We came down here to be. We came down here to see. We came down here to live. But you must act on that first, family? But it is true, though. I've had people come at me, or I've had people tell me, like, damn, you have changed. Or, I just want to be around you. Let's chill. Let's go kick it. Let's be something, because you're not like 99% of man out here no more, You have chose to live with purpose. You have chose to live with guidance. And you're really trying to be, because you want to help them. You want to help you. And I truly say that I'm proud of everybody who's starting to change their life. I love seeing all these, self-improvement videos that are, flying wherever it's got to be, whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anything. But as long as you are trying, because you must try. You want to try because that's showing that you're one step closer to the finish line. Family? But just know that, people look at you and they know that you're a light. You don't gotta talk nor try to, if you want to say, show off. You don't have to show off nothing. They know that because your aura, the more it rises, the more it pushes out towards people. You can have an aura that reaches across the states, if you want to say that, because the states is only something that's a pigmentational that they had showed you. But your aura can be so far spread out that so where motherfuckers across the world can still feel you, because we are truly the internet, man. The internet can only be here because you are internal, and that's what true internet is. Something that is international, but you are truly internal, man, because that's where you get your power from, family? So just know that you don't have to feel like you can't get it done. You can get it done as long as you keep going, as long as you remind yourself that I'm going to be okay. But I say this, family, because it shit might sound mind-blowing to you, or you're just like, what? But yes, or in a way you want to help people find themselves, because you don't like, it's not that you don't like what they're doing, but you don't like seeing them suffer. Because you don't think about it, y'all, you don't want to ever see no one suffer, because they'll make you feel like, damn, I wish I could help the soul. But the universe, or whatever you want to call it, will keep people out of your reach, because, or let's just say you want to help somebody, but the universe or the ancestors that watching over you won't allow you to do that, because it might be something that they have to learn from on their own, family? And that can truly bother you and them, because deep down inside you wanted to help them, but you can't, because you can't force somebody to drink water once you show them where the water is, family? But that's why I tell you, family, if y'all have free time within your bucket list, man, you want to fulfill something now, because that's what's gonna help you, family. You gotta keep striving. You gotta keep remembering that it's gonna be alright. As long as you keep trying, man, as long as you keep going, as long as you are telling yourself that I'm going to get it done because I have time, For the people who watch these videos, man, or let's just say I'm inspired by others like myself who push out self-improvement videos, yo. Well, I don't compete with them. I look at myself as one with them. So I'm only pushing out these videos like them because we're all trying to make a change on the realm, or we're trying to help y'all change for the ones who may need to change, because you're not bound by that chain no more. You remove it and you change yourself, man, family. But it's what y'all want to do, family. But the videos are always going to be here. So let's just say one of us transcend the realm. You can always go back and watch these videos because they're right here for y'all, But if you could truly understand that you don't need nobody, well then no one can grasp you or hold you down. Because if people are so easy to give up, y'all, well then you are the 1%ers, or we're 1%ers, y'all, because truly what a 1%er is someone that is bound by discipline, not bound by, others' approval or others, and how they're projecting onto you, because not everybody feels the same, Think about it, y'all. There might be people who are envying my glow because I have a glow, but when there was nobody around me and it was just me, God helped me get the glow. I learned because God taught me that you don't need nobody else, son. All you need to do is stay right here. Remind yourself that if you could, physically focus on the boundaries that you have, well then everything will come your way. As long as you don't get sidetracked or don't let shit, make you become a slave to something, because You become feared, yo, once you are someone who doesn't stop, because you're not trying to stop. You're trying to keep going and going and going, yo. Because time is truly what freedom gives you, man. You have freedom right now. You have the ability to take advantage on whatever you want to do. So let's just say my women, my beautiful women out there, yo. Let's just say, you are doing nails, or you're someone who does hair, or you're just someone that has their own business, but you're not where you want to be yet. Keep going, queen. Keep going, my princess, because I know that if people don't see it in you, I see it in you. I know that you are destined to become someone greater than what others might perceive you as. Let's just say my kings out there who cut hair, or you work on doing stocks, or you're just someone that's trying to start your own brand by selling shoes, rocking apparel, or making it, I should say. All you want to do is keep going, because I believe in you, bro. Nobody believed in me when I needed that, but I found that in the silence and in that darkness, because when there's no one around you but darkness was first. And that's why it says, as the darkness was first, God had said, let there be light, man, because there was no light before there was darkness, man. You don't get no light without darkness. So that's where you truly need to, start thinking, start, listening, and hear out the signs, man, because you're being talked to no matter what you're doing. But you got to have a quiet mind. You have to remind yourself that there's always someone listening, as long as you take action, family. But it is true, though. Once you start, stepping out of your comfort zone, and once you start being something, people might try to come back into your life, whether that be exes, whether that be homies that have left you in the puddle, because you are showing the people around you that you don't need no one. You just need you. And they can sense that your time is coming, because this is our season, family. We're winning. We're the ones stepping out. We're the ones showing you that it starts with change. It starts with purpose. It starts with defying the laws that was told to me, because I realized that I'm not locked inside, a prison, or I'm not locked in confinement. So I'm gonna keep going, because I had the ability to move my hands, family. And that's where it starts, y'all, because you must realize that you gotta start, family. You gotta keep going. I always tell y'all, if you're a pretty queen, or you're just a king who knows his boundaries, man, who's not gonna tolerate shit, think about it. You don't tolerate disrespect if you're truly a king, because if you see it, you fall back, man, or you must, because a queen's only gonna respect a king if she sees that you respect yourself, man. And what does a king truly want? He wants someone that's gonna stay by him, someone that's gonna be loyal, someone that's not gonna have nobody else that they're, getting energy from, in a way, That's why, most people take it to the heart if a woman has cheated on them, because I never got cheated on personally, but I can feel you, or I can relate to you in a way, because being cheated on is a feeling that no man should have to ever experience, y'all. But that's God showing you that person is not for you, whether you're a queen or you're a king who has been did wrong in the past, But I say that because in the 70s, the 60s, or the 80s, if you go back in time, y'all, you will see a major difference in how people act now. Everybody was practicing purity back then, because they didn't have no phone to, give them put them in a genjutsu to where they feel like they're not all they want to be, But that's why I remind you, family, that just because whatever you see on the internet, don't let it defy you. Stay strong. You must remind yourself that the money, these muscles you have, or just whatever you are doing was given to you by forging it, And that's how you will get everything, What truly attracts women, y'all, or what truly attracts, a a male's perspective and a true king is to work on yourself, man. You know, work your body out. You know, shred out your lowest parts, and everything will rise even stronger. You know, more hotter and more deadlier. But I tell this because at your lowest, man, you know, I wasn't given this, or nobody had preached that what you gotta do is, look, Diego, you gotta rise. You know, you need to be someone that's gonna leave a mark, not on people, you know, essentially, but the world, because like it or not, yo, wherever I go, I choose to stay in. Or if I go out, I go where I feel like I want to go, because I don't like really gaining attraction like that. Yes, I love the attraction, but I feel like it's pointless once you are ego detached, because you're not looking at the flesh that one holds, man. You're looking at their spirit, man, and you want to make sure that their spirit is of true purity, man. Someone that's gonna ride and stay by your side. Someone who's gonna love you unconditionally, not conditionally. Because if you're dating a girl, or your woman is someone that loves you for what you can do, or for what you have, y'all, well, she's, you know, like a tick, man, and she's sucking your energy from you dry, because she's expecting you to have things for her ego, man. Or vice versa. You know, say, you know, you're a queen out there, and you know, your man, all he wants to do is fuck you, or he just, you know, he don't really want shit from you but to drain you. Well, that's because he's stuck fighting pleasure, man. He's stuck fighting his lowest nature, or he just truly doesn't see you like how a king would, because he's taking advantage of you. And someone who really loves you will never take advantage of you. All they want to do is want to stay by your side. And, you know, if someone gets near you, man, they're going to be ready to fight or die for you, because that's what a man is supposed to do, you know? That's what, you know, a man will do for his mama. So why not do that for your woman, man? You know? And that's what's fucked up with today's society, man, because you're not willing to change for someone you love, but you're willing to be someone for someone that you're using. You know what I'm saying? And you're not supposed to do that, family. You're supposed to just stay still. You're supposed to just be a rock that won't shatter. You know? But, you know, it's up to you, family. I'm just here to remind you that, you know, the reality that I'm projecting onto you is what you should be living, man. Because back in those ancient times, or when these, you know, pharaohs had lived, you know, it was nowhere near what we see now, man. It's just a lot of people have, you know, fell for illusions outside of them. You know, everybody's stuck in hypnosis, man, or they're being controlled by this phone we call portal, man. It's truly a portal, man, because you don't have to go nowhere, but you can see everything on the international web through that fucking portal you have, you know? And as I sit here and think, while I'm looking at the trees, you know, blow by the wind that I inhale, you know, I like to think deeply, and I like to think scientifically, because, like I say, you become a threat once you start thinking for yourself, man. Once you take control of life, and once you choose God over anything, because you're not worried about how others receive you, or you're not worried about what they're trying to do, you know. Now it's up for you to decide whether or not you want them to come back into your life or not. But ask yourself, do you think they deserve that? Do you think their worthiness is worthy for that? Because when you didn't have shit, y'all, they laughed at you. They looked at you like you weren't nothing, you know. It's pretty much saying while you was drowning in the water, you know, that lifeguard didn't want to go get you. They watched you drown, hoping you would die like Jason. You know, family? And if you could really see it like that, man, you will see like, damn, man, they want to shoot dead, down, or below the surface, man, because people truly don't give a fuck about no one, because, like I say, they're running on E. They don't give a fuck about their damn selves, man. They're just low on equity, you know? So, I want to remind you that, you know, for the people who are watching this video, man, Your light is inspirational, man. So whether you make videos or not, you're always gonna have to have people attracted to you. You're always gonna have people wanting to come up to you and start conversations with you, or they're simply gonna avoid you, or not gonna want to be around you because you agitate them, you irritate them, or you cause them to start thinking on their own terms when the energy hits their body, because energy is truly what everybody craves or gravitates towards, you know? But yeah, family, remember that. Remember that shit. The goal is to win. Not for them, but for you. And to remind yourself that I did this for God. I did this for the ancestors. I did this because I will never stop, you know? And I don't want to stop because God gave me breath today. So why would I stop when I could be fulfilling His purpose? When I could be doing this for Him? When I could just be going and going and going, because the divine is never going to let me down, man. All I do is see angel numbers. So that's my ancestors telling me that I'm going to be alright. As long as I stay on this path, nothing can fuck with me, you know? And as a true chosen one, if you're already chosen, you'll avoid conflict, or you try to, because you know that all it does is cause you tension, problems, or cause you to really lose yourself in the long run, because we didn't come down here to blabber, or we didn't come down here to gossip, or we didn't come down here to grab or complain. We came down here to win. And we came down here to win alone if you have to, because like I say, you're not appreciated until you're no longer here, family, you know? So you want to win, yo. You want to win in a way to where no one can tell me that I didn't win, because I'm taking action, you know, slowly but surely, you know. Even if I'm not winning right now, man, I've won because I'm still taking action. So no one can stop me, man. No one. As I sit here and think about life, man, you should too, and focus on your desires or your goals, man, because that's what you came down here to do. So you just must think, man. You must focus, you know. You must realize that I'm gonna win. Whether, you know, you're with me or you're against me, but so be it, you know. I'm gonna win regardless, and no one can dictate that, because no one can, like I say, I'm still living, man. A bullet hasn't hit me yet, so I'm still right here standing strong, you know. And I will keep standing strong because I don't never stop. And if I never stopped for the people I loved, whether they needed something or they needed help, what makes you think I'm gonna stop for what people tell me or gotta say about me? Because that's just how they feel within. So they're just trying to bring me down to their frequency or to their standpoint. But for you, on the other side of this camera, let's just say you like this video, or you know, you're like, I appreciate the positive feedback. Well, you know, anytime, I'm here to help you, man, in any way I can. But you must want to help yourself first. You must want to stand. You must want to rise. You must want to be something, because the bag, you know, the financial stability, the aid that you must help with your family, the richness, you know, it's all coming. And that's whether you want it or not to come. It's gonna come if you are taking action seriously and you are purpose driven, because you are working with the ego, man. The ego is only here to make sure you are subtle, but the higher self is to remind you that the knowledge, the unlimited potential, and the true power of oneness is within you at all times, you know, family. So, you know, I won't always give y'all videos where I'm, you know, I'm pushing it out in a high volume method, but I'll give it to you in a calm, subtle way because I'm calm. I have found peace, and I just want to help people find that because you are stronger when you are peaceful, man. Because you're like a stick or you're like a statue that's like this, right? And let's just say people are talking about me or the wind's coming, you know. Let's just say a Category 5 hurricane is hitting, you know. I'm still like this regardless, man. And the power you have is giving you this right here. But let's just say someone wants to tell you something and it made you feel some type of way, or you're slowly bending, man. And you're giving them the power that wants to let your hands stay like this, man. And I'm just trying to remind your family that this is what you should be at all times. You know, let's just say you love someone. That's fine. It's okay to love someone. You know, I love a lot of people in my life, man, whether they love me or not, because I just want to help you, man. I want to protect you. I want to make sure, you know, you're going to live the life you always wanted to, because, you know, you don't want people to suffer, man. It's like we're in hell now and you're seeing them burn, but you don't want them to burn forever. You know, they need some water, you know. You need to put some fucking crashes of water on them so they can feel rejuvenated, you know. But as I tell your family, that not everybody wants to be helped. Not everybody wants to be saved, man. You must save yourself only. And the only way I can help y'all is by being myself, by being somebody that is not like everybody and being unrelatable to the world, because this is how you change people. This is how you help them. You don't gotta go up to them and talk to them. They'll never understand you because they're not at your frequency, you know. But maybe if you tell them this or talk to the ones who have watched you now, you change them over time, with perspective, with mentality, with progression, subtle progression, because it's got to be silent. It don't have to be to where everybody has to hear it now. No, family. You just want to stay someone that's going to be somebody for you. You want to rise, but you want to do it the calm way, you know. But yeah, family, you know, I hope someone has really taken this seriously, because just know that I would never be on a camera for 30 minutes talking about pointless things, you know, because I'm a strong person, man, you know, mentally, and I'm really passionate about this message, man, because I feel deeper than most people, man. I am the water, so, you know, I feel deeper than all these. I don't even want to talk about nobody, but every sign I feel deeper than, because nothing feels deeper than the water, you know. That's why the water becomes still after being fucked with or played, because once something like that happens, man, the shield starts to activate around you, and it's hard to let people in, because, you know, deep down inside you're afraid that that shit will happen again, and you don't want to ever feel like that, you know, because you feel vulnerable. You'll feel like, damn, I don't matter. But yes, you do matter. You matter deeply. It's just, you must keep going, man. You know, if y'all ever want to watch something, man, I suggest y'all go watch these animes, man. I'm going to give y'all, go watch Dr. Stone, man. Go learn about how Cinco is teaching science, man, which is something that's going to help you in the long run, man. Because if you don't have science at your aid, man, you're going to wish you did. So go watch that. That will help you. Go watch Naruto. Go watch, you know, Dragon Ball Z. Go watch, you know, Solo Leveling. Go watch all those animes that are going to help you become stronger, man. Because you want to elevate your life, man. You don't want to be someone that ain't doing nothing. You know, family? You want to stand firm. Go watch ReZero, man. All of these abilities that they have, you really have. It's just we're not where we want to be, because the planet hasn't risen at its highest yet. But over time, you will see this shit, man. That's why people see mermaids and shit. Or, you know, just they can't fathom the shit that's, you know, slowly coming out, man. But just know that, you know, if no one loves you, man, I love you. I is a soul. I knows all the truth, man. So if someone says, I know you from somewhere, or have I seen you from somewhere? Yes, you have, because your soul remembers me, and I remember you, man. So just remember that, family. You know, no one loves you. I do. Just rise, and so we rise together. But I say, family, I'll see y'all in the next video.